I do want to bring in a special guest to join our coverage, Richard Goldinger. He's the district attorney for Butler County. And Richard, thank you for joining us. There's a lot of questions out there. When you see everything that's happening behind you, everything that's happened over the last 12 hours, what goes through your head?
Honestly, it's shocking. It's shocking that this would have happened. I mean, the last attempt on a president was in 1980, I think. And, you know, for it to happen in your own community, you just don't believe it would happen here. So everything that's going down right now is really surreal.
You walk around this neighborhood, there are Trump flags, Trump placards, people have the lawn signs for president. This is Trump County,
yes.
Trump country, I should say. This is Western PA, right?
Right.
Right on the border of Ohio. Do you think because of that, Secret Service, maybe local law enforcement, didn't take this as seriously as they needed to?
No, I don't think so. I think they did everything they could. You just can't predict somebody that has, you know, a desire to commit the act that was committed. And they did everything they could. I don't know what happened. I don't know how that gentleman got up on that building like that. But I don't know that. I mean, you can second guess, obviously,
right,
all day long. But I don't think that there was anything they could have probably done differently because they were prepared.
Even the FBI has said they're surprised about how close this gentleman got. I should say the alleged assassin. It was about 150 yards, 440 feet. It's just down the road from where we are. It is so close when you walk up to it. It is so close. How do you think that happened? I mean, the Secret Service was here. Yes, it was outside the perimeter, but we know that long guns can fire 200 yards.
Right. I think that's the million-dollar question. And I don't really know the answer to that. I would have expected that they would have had that building secured. And I know we had people in that building. So how this occurred, the investigation will determine that.
The alleged shooter who was killed, Thomas Matthew Crooks, 20 years old. We know that he was from a community not far from here.
Yeah.
What other light can you shed for us about the alleged shooter to our viewers?
So I don't know a whole lot about him. He's not from Butler County. So he would be from south of Pittsburgh. We didn't have any history with him, so...
He wasn't somebody who had a criminal record, from what we understand.
Correct. That's
so
my
he wasn't on your radar?
No, he was not.
Talk to me about gun laws, what people can expect that is normal behavior here. If somebody is walking armed, if somebody is walking with a rifle, is that normal here? Or is it could people be hunting? Could they... Your laws, walk our viewers through it.
Well, this is a big hunting county. A lot of people hunt here. I'll bet a lot of people own firearms in this county too. It's a pro-gun county, let's say. To see somebody walking with a rifle, you would probably stop and say, "What's this individual up to?" So that would be unusual to see, but to see somebody with guns here in Butler County would not be surprising.
One of the rally goers, at least a couple of them, have said that they noticed him bear crawling on the roof. They started alerting police. This is, you know, this looks strange. What is, do you guys see this guy? Local police started running around. What's your understanding of the police officers that were notified and their sort of TikTok moment by moment what they did?
So I did hear that as well, that people were notifying them about that they observed him on that building. And I know they reacted. Law enforcement did as soon as they could. I mean, I don't think they're going to just take a shot at him, if you know what I mean, because they see him up on a building. So, you know.
Chaotic situation,
yes.
Unclear what to do.
Correct.
And unusual for this area. If it was local law enforcement that was out there, that would be an unusual situation for them, something they don't see a lot. I'm not talking about, obviously, an assassination, but I guess an active shooter situation.
Right. Yeah, we don't see that very often here. We do have a team here in Butler County that's trained to handle that stuff, and they were here. They were activated. But we also don't have a former president coming into our county on a regular basis. So the whole situation was unusual for Butler County.
Is there anything about the incident so far that you've come across that you can share with our viewers that has surprised you?
Well, quite frankly, I'm surprised he was able to get up on that roof and be able to take a shot. I hope the investigation determines how that happened. But that's the most surprising thing to me, when we have a former president here, that a guy was able to get, as you say, 150 yards away, able to get up on a roof and be able to take a shot.
Yeah, with a large weapon.
Yes.
Do you know what that business was, what that facility he was on, the roof, what it was?
Yes, it's industrial, basically. They've been here for a long, long time, so...
An industrial warehouse, if you will.
No,
or
not that.
Company?
They do like glass. They make
Manufactured glass?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Was the business open at the time? Do you know if people were coming and going, if maybe to watch the rally?
I would suspect no. I don't think they're open 7 days a week. I do know we had some law enforcement in that building, which is even more surprising that he was able to get up there.
Law enforcement has described this man as a lone wolf. Do you know if leads are being pursued, if anyone helped him, if they're talking to his family, what's happening?
I think that's what the investigation's looking at right now. Was he working alone, or was there somebody else involved?
And then do you know anything about the victims that were shot here? A lot of people who came here yesterday were from this community. One person losing their life, two others in critical condition now at the Allegheny Medical Center in Pittsburgh. Anything you know about them or what happened there?
I don't have any further information on their condition at this point. I don't know names specifically at this point. I know, there's a female that was injured. Male was killed. I think the other individual injured was a male. So I pray that they survive, and it's unfortunate that we lost a life.
Richard Goldinger, we thank you so much for joining our coverage tonight, and we know it's going to be a busy couple of days and weeks for you and your team.
Yeah,
thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.